Legalism is misapplied many times. And let me give the example. I think the first misapplication is that separation is legalism. In other
Mm.
words, you separate from the world, you separate from ungodliness, you separate from carnality. Maybe there's movies you refuse to watch. Maybe there's a certain way you want to dress, whatever. Separation oftentimes is viewed as legalism. Now, you have to recognize that if a person has some standards of separation and they think that makes them more righteous in the sight of God, then they're being legalistic. But if they're simply wanting to be unequally yoked, they don't want to be unequally yoked with an unbeliever. They want to come out from the world and touch not the unclean thing. And they want to please the Lord and they believe that that would please their Father. That is not legalism. That's actually separation. So I think separation today gets labeled legalism, but that's a very misapplied term because God does want us to come out and be separate. That's actually a command God gives. And there's a lot of other verses that go with that. He wants us to be different than the world. He doesn't want us to be like the world. I think the other misapplication is obedience to God, is legalism. People who are saved, they read a verse and the verse speaks to their heart and they say, you know what? I want to obey God in that area. Whatever that area is,